Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the Port Charles 411. Today is part 4 of Lila Quartermaine. It's going to be 1992 through 1994, but it's going to be very short because she was not the lead in, I actually think, any storyline. But there's a lot of cute Lila stuff throughout. So
we love Lila.
Yes. So we ended 1991 with Edward had just come back from the dead. He was spending New Year's Eve with his family and his lovely Lila. On January 6th, Edward and Ned were in the Quartermaine living room. Edward was not happy because he just found out everything that happened with ELQ. So now stock is owned by outsiders. Edward wants to buy it all back before, someone else tries to take over ELQ and ruin it and everything. So Edward's mad about the family not owning the company anymore. Edward tells Ned that he will kick a few butts to get what he wants. And then Ned mentions that there is a mysterious stockholder who owns 8% shares, and he cannot find out who it is. Edward says he will find out who it is. Then Lila comes in and says she is the shrewd shark that owns the 8%. This is what we were talking about last episode when she had been talking to Edward's picture. Mm-hmm. And she went and bought the stock. So she had bought 8% of ELQ. I wonder if that really helped keep it in Quartermaine being the main, owning the most shares and everything. And then it wasn't until June 8th that she was mentioned. And it just says that Lila and Monica try a diversionary game of Scrabble. David contacts Monica through the game. Could not find a video for this or anything, which I was like, I just want to see what are they doing on Scrabble?
Mm-hmm.
August 4th, Lila gave Tracy some advice on a long-lasting marriage. On the 27th, that's when we saw Lila catching Jason stealing from Edward's coins to pay off Adkins, which is everything that we just talked about with Jagger.
Right.
So this was Jason Quartermaine. And then September 2nd, Lila was trying to stop Tracy from leaving the mansion with Dylan. This was after Tracy had hit and run Jenny. And so she was trying to evade arrest, right? She hit Jenny.
Yeah.
And then October 5th, Lila gave AJ a family ring to give to Nikki, his girlfriend, to propose. She winds up throwing them an engagement party a month later. However, in November, AJ is giving the ring back to Lila because Nikki left.
At least she was nice and gave the family ring back.
Yes.
So that was nice. And then in 93, February 26th, Lila asks Jenny to do some more decorating at the mansion. And then April 13th, Jason tells Brenda that Lila is looking for an assistant and she hires Brenda to assist her. I loved whenever Brenda was around their house all the time. That was so cute, flirting with everyone. July, Felicia was suing Marco for having her leave the boxing gym. Lila and Jenny join the picket line. The 28th, Brenda tells Lila that she will have to cut back her hours as her assistant due to her new modeling gig, and that was for deception.
Mm-hmm.
Over the next few weeks, it just mentions a lot about the Qs discussing if they have or have not heard from Tracy. She had left with Dylan back in June, and that was when he was only a year old. Oh my God. In September.
In 1993.
Right.
That's important to remember.
Right. September, Damien meets Lila and Jason. Lila invites Damien to Jason's birthday party.
And I just love that because that's oh, you're a friend of Jason's. Here, just come to the party. And then it's right. Oh, no, you're not.
Nope. November 29th, Lila and Brenda have a heart-to-heart about Jagger. Lila invites Brenda to stay at the mansion. And then December 1st, Lila tells Edward not to automatically bank on her vote to shoot down Damien's proposal for ELQ.
She always kept him in line.
Mm-hmm. She's like, I have my own mind. I can bid my shares how I see fit.
Exactly. And then 1994, in January, Brenda tells Lila to come into the den, and then they talk about a family party that they're throwing. They talk about how she wouldn't want any issues by getting involved with either of the heir grandsons.
Mm-hmm.
Brenda says that her social life is a mess. and that she needs to find a man who will sweep her off her feet. And Lila thinks it's a sweet idea of an old-fashioned romance. They talk about what kind of a man she needs isn't a Quartermaine. And then Brenda asks Lila for advice on her future plans beyond modeling. In February, Sonny arrives at the Quartermaine mansion to see Brenda, and he meets Lila. And I actually linked the YouTube. Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, can I see? Am I zooming in for you? No? Hold on.
No.
There we go.
How you doing?
May I help you?
Yeah, you can get Miss Barrett downstairs on the double. Tell her Sonny's here. Shall we, buddy? Is she home or not?
Well, I'll just see if she's receiving. Okay?
You do that. That's cool, dude.
All right. Mr. Sonny is here to see Miss Barrett.
Hello, Mr. Sonny. I'm Lila Quartermaine.
That's, Sonny Corinthos, but you can call me Sonny.
May I offer you something?
No thanks. It's quite a place.
Thank you. We like it.
Yeah, what's not to like? Brenda tried to describe it to me, but she didn't even come close.
And how do you know our Brenda?
Mutual friends. You know how it is. You know the same people. You keep running into each other, that type of thing.
Oh, are you a model, too?
No, I'm not a model. Well, until recently I held an executive position in the entertainment industry.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah, it can be.
Well, considering your background, you must have an informed opinion of Brenda's work with deception.
From what I've seen, it's very impressive. She's got a lot of, nice eyes.
In my day, we called it with a capital I. And you're quite right. Brenda is in full possession of whatever it is. Oh, another guest. This must be our evening for receiving.
Is that what you call it when people stop by receiving? That's nice. It has like a welcoming ring to it.
And you're welcome too, Sonny. Any friend of Brenda's is always welcome in this house.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Commissioner Donnelly is here for Dr. Quartermaine.
Oh, hello, Sean.
Hello, Lila. I'm sorry to drop by unannounced like this, but I was returning something of that. What are you doing here? Answer my question, Sonny.
Do you two gentlemen know each other?
Yes, we do, but he's no gentleman.
Come on, is disrespecting me in front of the lady really necessary?
Sonny! Sonny, what did I tell you about showing up early? It's rude. Takes time to look fabulous, right, Lila? Hi, Sean.
Hello, Brenda.
How are you?
Good.
We should be going. We'll see you later.
I just love Lila. She's any friend of Brenda's is a friend of mine.
And he's just like so sly on I'm in the entertainment industry.
Yep.
And she's like, whatever it is. And it just occurred to me, well, because a lot of these we can't actually find videos for. So our friends who have never experienced Lila don't understand what we're talking about when she speaks the way that she does and when she's Lila. So
Yeah.
Then it just says that Sean warns Lila that Sonny is no gentleman and is trouble. Then Lila and Brenda have a heart-to-heart about Sonny, and I couldn't find that. Lila warns her not to see Sonny again. In March, Brenda gets all dolled up in a sexy dress for the wedding, and I'm pretty darn sure that it was Karen and Jagger, because then Lila gives her advice on moving on. And then in April, Lila wants Edward to take her to see the Idol Rich. And Ned needs to convince Edward and Lila that going to the concert is a bad idea. Lila again tries to get Brenda to see that Sonny could be very dangerous. Sonny thinks that Brenda is giving him the brush off after the talk with Lila, but she tells him she will not let anyone else run her life. Lila urges Brenda to send Sonny packing. And then on the 21st is when Edward gave Lila a dog for her birthday, the sheepdog, French sheepdog, Annabelle.
Yay, Annabelle.
And then in May, we just saw Catherine was fussing over Annabelle in a strategic attempt to pump Lila for information about her roving grandson, which would have been Ned.
Mm-hmm.
In June, Alan has to come clean with Lila about the murder and blackmail, and I'm thinking that this was Bradley Ward.
That makes sense. Yep.
In July, Edward, Lila, Lee, Jack, and Steve are playing poker at the Spencers, and this was actually when Lila was being temporarily played by Meg Wiley. Brenda wants Lila to get to know Sonny. Brenda wants to invite Sonny to Ned's wedding, and after some prodding by Brenda, Lila agrees to invite Sonny over to the mansion again. And then this is when Lucy was also trying to sway Lila to go to bat for her where deception's concerned. Lucky and Sly sell Lila on their worm.
Pay attention. The ferry leaves at 10 a.m. Roads are busy.
Great.
Dad, pack the boot.
Yeah.
Rosie, got your teddy?
Uh-huh.
Honey, how's the car?
Windows clean, car wax
I meant the tyres.
Oh, sorted them at Quick Fit last week.
Brilliant.
Planning the perfect getaway this summer? Make sure your tyres are up for the job. Book today at quickfit.com or your local centre. Quick Fit. Drive away happy every time.
Farm. Foster met Annabelle, and then Lucky and Sly delivered the worm farm at the end of the month. Then Lila also had offered the gatehouse to Lois as the base of her record company. And then Sonny came over, and he and Brenda had some tea with Lila. And then Catherine had been making some cracks about Lois, and Lila tells her she should not judge people by their appearances. On September 8th, and I could not find this because I would have loved to have watched it, but it also was not Anna Lee, so I don't know if I really would have. Lila and Catherine argue about her being an inferior outsider. And then on the 13th, Lois goes to the Q Mansion to quiz Edward and Lila about Ned. And this is when she thought that he was just Eddie Main.
Mm-hmm.
Edward tells her that she and Ned had actually met months ago. He saw the two of them together as a couple. Lois flashes back to when she slept over at the Q's. And then Lila gives her a brief history of Ned. Later, Ned finds out from Lila that Lois had just left full of questions. On September 20th, Anna Lee returned. And then really just the rest of the month seemed that she was trying to help Lois and Ned in their relationship. On October 28th, Reginald admits to poisoning Catherine, saying that he did it for Lila. The Q's vow to protect him at Lila's, it says assistance. I'm wondering if that means insistence.
I would assume so.
Yeah. And then in December, Lila wanted to show her support of Edward as he went on trial, and Edward was very thankful for it. And then Edward and Lila discuss his affair. Lila does not care about Edward's 50-year-old affair, but the fact that he did not say anything is disappointing to her.
That's crazy.
Right?
She's like, okay. Like, thanks for telling me about an affair, but there you go.
Right.
And then for 95, the first few months of the year was just Lila worrying about Annabelle, who kept running away and then became pregnant, and she invited the Cirillos to come over to dinner. On May 11th, Lila offers Lois her wedding dress. Lila also suggests that after the rehearsal dinner, the wedding party take a champagne cruise around the harbor. They were married May 31st, and Brooklyn and Chase were married this year on May 16th, with her wearing the same dress. Nothing else for the part of the dress. Yes. Nothing else for the rest of the year other than just like here or there, like her talking to people or whatever.
Like nothing of significance, like giving someone a wedding dress. Like that's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for 1996, in January, with Lila preparing for Jason's homecoming, Emily thinks Edward is wrong to not tell Lila the truth about Jason's condition. Emily's birthday is coming, and so is Justice's wedding and the news of Jason's progress. Lila suggests a party to direct the Q's energy for all positive instead of all this negative stuff going on. And then in February, Jason blows his lid with Edward and Lila. He wants to blow on out of the mansion, but the Q's insist he stay as part of his rehabilitation. Jason apologizes to Lila, complete with flowers. I like that he was like still nice to Lila, even whenever he didn't know who he was.
I did watch a video of that, though. I mean, he did yell at her. Like, she was definitely a target of his anger. It wasn't like she just came in during a fight with Edward. It was the two of them. So he rightfully went and apologized to her. But I think he knew that she was, out of love for him, worried about his rehab, not out of well, how's this going to benefit us? How's this going to benefit the family? How others seem to have been wanting him to rehab.
Right. And if they hadn't told her at first what was wrong, like, what was she supposed to expect?
Right. Well, I'm sure at this point she probably knew, but exactly.
Then in March, Lila has a fantasy of Edward as a rock star singing in leather pants. That would be a fun video to watch. The 26th, the Qs celebrate Edward and Lila's anniversary. April 10th, Emily tells Jason that a sick Lila has been worried about him. Jason pays Lila a visit and brings her some peppermint candies, but Lila is dismayed to hear that he stole them, and she learns about his name change.
Reginald?
It's me.
Jason! Oh, Jason.
What are you doing in the kitchen? They never let me in here.
They don't let me in as a rule. But cook is at the market, so I'm living dangerously.
Isn't that odd that you're not allowed? Never mind. Emily told me you were sick.
Oh, you spoke with Emily?
She came to see me at work. Are you okay?
I'm much better, much better.
I brought you something. I think, I'm pretty sure peppermint is good for an upset stomach.
Oh, thank you, dear, thank you. Peppermint, I love that. Won't you join me?
You know, Jason must have been a strange guy. I know the weirdest things, like about the peppermint, and what to do if somebody has a heart attack, and all this chemistry. I mean, why does anyone care so much about chemistry?
Well, he wanted to be a doctor.
I know. Ellen only told me like 10,000 times. I wish he'd want to be a mechanic. That'd be useful.
Are you working in a garage?
The docks. Actually, that's where I got the candy. The crane jammed yesterday, and a crate fell and hit about 6 feet from me. Exploded, and the foreman had me clean up all the boxes. Repack it for shipping.
So he gave you the candy as a reward?
No, the candy was in the boxes. It looked good, so I took some. There you go.
Oh, thank you, dear. Would you like a sandwich?
No, I'm fine. And you can tell the old man I'm not eating out of garbage cans. And I'm not disgracing his precious name either. I changed mine to Jason Morgan.
Really? Morgan is my maiden name.
Yeah?
Oh, there were generations of Morgans until my brother Hal died in the war. He was the last of the Morgans until you.
How'd he die?
His plane was shot down. He was a fighter pilot, an ace. Oh, he was so handsome and charming. Very much like Ned.
Do you miss him?
Oh, of course. It's been more than 50 years, but I can still see his face. That's the way it is with love, Jason. The heart has a long memory.
I better go. I don't want that cook person to come back and attack me. Reginald says she is dangerous. Don't tell him I saw you. Or where I work or about my name, okay?
It'll be our secret.
Cool. Goodbye, Grandmother.
Goodbye, Jason Morgan.
I mean, I know why, but that makes me tear up. Well, because also, I feel like that video, oops, hold on, let's stop. I didn't go back to find out when because this isn't a Jason thing, and this playlist is really good.
Oh, okay.
So it's like all of Jason. So when we need to do Jason, we have it. But I wasn't going through and rewatching all of them, but I just found that one where he talked to Lila and told his name change, because the way that we understand is that he intentionally chose the last name.
Thought that he knew it, but maybe he knew it like in his subconscious.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what that's what I wanted to go back and find. But I was like, you know what? I could get stuck on that rabbit hole easily.
Yes.
But that was just, I feel like that showed, first of all, it's been 30 years since, or at least 30 years that we've been afraid of the cooks at the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
And how much like he respected her and she at least respected him. You know, it was goodbye,
Right.
Jason Morgan. And she was obviously disappointed when he stole the candy.
Right.
But she let him be him.
She let everybody be themselves. That's what made her the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I think there's just one little...
Yep, one last flip about that year. October 31st, Brenda shows Lila a picture of Brooklyn, and Lila offers Brenda the mansion to get married in.
Yay!
That was nice of her to offer the mansion to get married in. I'm going to get
we
married.
Need to have that. We need that list. How many other people's weddings have taken place at the Quartermaine mansion?
Right.
But yeah, it was pretty short and sweet, but we got some nice little videos out of it too.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe next week there should be, I think, more where she's the
main character then.
Yeah. So
sounds good.
Alrighty. So join us on Monday as we recap this week's shows.
Have a good weekend.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.
Pay attention. The ferry leaves at 10 a.m. Roads are busy.
Great.
Dad, pack the boot.
Yeah.
Rosie, got your teddy?
Uh-huh.
Honey, how's the car?
Windows clean, car wax,
I
carpet.
meant the tyres.
Oh, sorted them at Quick Fit last week.
Brilliant.
Planning the perfect getaway this summer? Make sure your tyres are up for the job. Book today at quickfit.com or your local centre. Quick Fit. Drive away happy every time.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return,
but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.